Now, taking you further from there, Ajit, talking about cyber insurance, uh, I feel it's still at a nascent stage in India, right? How do you think the growth looks like in the coming years for cyber insurance?
So, I believe last year we had close to around 92% increase in premium of cyber insurance.
Yes.
And this was essentially the increased attacks,
Yes.
with COVID. It should have been the other way around. Businesses were down.
That tax should have been less.
Yeah, so people should have said, you know what, since I'm not doing much business, I don't have much data need, let me save some money this year. It went the other way around. I mean, that also relates very well to why GDPR in Europe levied the highest amount of penalty, right? So it all proves a point that there was increased attack.
True.
Now, this is going to be a common problem where people going jobless don't know what to do, how to make money, and they resort to such illegal ways, and it's very difficult for one to control it, right? So cyber insurance today is not considered as a priority amongst the board. Cyber security, in fact, is not considered as a priority in most in medium and small size companies, right? And so when cyber security is not considered as a premium, you wouldn't think too much about the insurance part.
Yes.
Insuring yourself. So, and if there is a regulatory pressure to have insurance, it is more of tick in the box.
Yes.
You go for the cheapest guy offering the cheapest premium without really reading the fine print. It is quite painful and an effortful activity to arrive at the right kind of cyber compliances that you would like to have in the insurance, right? There's a lot of thought process that needs to go. It's not only the money. One needs to look at the kind of business, look at the areas in the business that really matters the most, and what is the probability of or the risk of in that area of an attack.
True.
If one finds that core area has very less probability, you need not go for the highest level of insurance.
True.
So you can balance it out and be a little smart, but this requires a lot of thinking, and it's always the risk. What, God forbid, if what I thought never went the way it is, and I ended up having less insurance and the company collapsed.
That would be a bummer.
Therefore people will try to err on the side of caution, and often the budgets will go up, and then they will end up compromising on key aspects of the modules that you take in the insurance, because that is what is important. It's not the insurance, it's the module in the insurance that really makes or breaks the organization.
The sub clauses and everything.
Which area is protected. So if this, if say for example a ransomware is not protected, and ransomware attack happens, the guy is going to say, sorry, you took the policy, you paid the premium, but you didn't choose
this thing.
I recently had a guy who came to me and said, Ajit, somebody came and stole all my 4 tires. It happened very recently of his car, including the entire set was taken. He only had the brake liners remaining. So I said, okay, I'm very sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I hope you have the insurance and hope you recover some cost. Unfortunately, I didn't go for comprehensive because it's too expensive. And the level of insurance does not cover these tire thefts.
Yes.
So, so you need to know what you should take. If you only look at cost, it's not going to help.
True. Now, Ajit, what do you think are the key components to be looked and stressed upon when you're considering cybersecurity solutions for your business?
So, it's very rare that an organization gets the privilege or benefit of starting from scratch. A new organization, and you build your cybersecurity around it. That's the easiest case. More often than not, you'll always have legacy data issues, like an organization with legacy processes, legacy data, which you cannot change just for the sake of it. It is absolutely expensive, or who's going to bell the cat. So it's the concept of privacy and security by design completely fits here in this answer. So first, try to minimize the possible areas that you can let go of and thereby reducing your problem statement.
Right.
So I may have tons and tons of data. Can I let go of some bit of it which I'm not using? It's become obsolete. The data makes no sense to me, but I'm just storing it for the sake of it because nobody was willing to take the decision.
Right.
Just let go. So reduce your problem statement. Look at areas that are key to the business survival,
Right.
considering the domain, the kind of business. Third, do some due diligence in understanding how those areas are currently protected.
Right.
So in the security world, you have this concept of CIA.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you wish to have the data confidential, whether your priority is to maintain its integrity, whether you wish to have it always available. Now, you may have a situation where you need all three.
Right.
At the highest level, you may have a situation where you need one of these three or a couple of these three.
Right.
Right? A simple example would be, say, a travel agent, right? May say, okay, it's okay if my internet goes down for 4 hours. I need not have it. But the same cannot be said about a power supply to a hospital.
Yes.
Right? In the middle of a operation, you can't have the power going down.
True.
Or a banking, when a transaction is happening suddenly and we just lost the trace of it. Right. So you establish the CIA values of it, and thereafter decide how much you want to protect. There's always, however large an organization is, there'll be limitation in terms of budget, effort, resource, cost, etc. So how do I wisely use it? How do I use it where it really matters for me? You will never be able to prevent hacking. No organization in the world.
It's not in your control.
It's not possible. The hacker is always 10 steps ahead of us.
Right.
So how do I limit the damage?
Right.
And ensure that if at all a damage happens, it's going to not affect me. That would be the most sensible way of approaching, rather than trying to boil the ocean, which you will never be able to achieve. And
the ocean is too big anyways.
Yeah, ocean is too big anyways.
True. Now, what do you think will be, if you can share about a couple of cybersecurity challenges in the next 3 to 5 years time frame?
Okay, so we have heard of Internet of Things.
Right.
The next big leap is Internet of Behavior. Right.
Okay.
So Internet of Behavior uses behavioral analysis, Internet of Things, and edge computing to come to a meaningful conclusion.
Right.
So today, for example, say an Apple device which is collecting data. Right. Now, if it had to wait for its app owners to share the data, it's going to be forever.
Right.
What they would do, moment the data is available, they would take a parallel copy of it, start processing, while the app owner can consume it the way he wants.
Okay.
Right. So right at the edge, right before it is consolidated at a single place and then distributed, you start collecting the data. You do behavioral analysis to know the psychic of the human. Right, to know why that human, that individual, a specific individual is behaving in a particular way, and then design a product or a service that would exactly meet what that individual wants. Right. So today, customer experience is the next, the biggest talking point. However, to get a good customer experience, you also need to treat every individual differently and offer what that individual wants, rather than providing a common experience to everyone, and you end up having only few people liking it.
Right. So personalization is the way forward for things to go. Well, Ajit, thank you for sharing. Again, so much information about cybersecurity. Pleasure to have spoken to you about this.
Thank you. It was a great session. Thank you.